Hello and welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Karen Marie and this is my channel Made by Karen Marie. I am here today to share with you some autumn plans that I have and some fabric pairings with those projects. It's about time now because we are already in mid-October, so like we are way into autumn here already. And it's not that I haven't been thinking about these things. I have been thinking a lot about what I want to sew up this autumn. So many things, in fact, that like my list was becoming like endless. So I have done my best now to sort of curate these a little bit and getting them down to something that's semi-manageable at least. I already know that I will not be able to sew all of these up, but I did pretty well with my summer plans. There were only two dresses that I didn't manage to sew up, but otherwise, you know, I did pretty well with those. And that has emboldened me in, you know, making my autumn plans. I'm currently working on something that was already in my like spring plans, and that's the Pila jacket. And I've been putting that off because there are like just so many pieces, but I'm working on that now. So, you know, working through things also makes it clearer to myself what I really want to sew. So I have a pretty long list now of projects and fabrics that I want to sew up. So, you know, get settled and I hope you have a cup of tea or something to enjoy while you listen to all my autumn plans. We are now in mid-October, as I said, and it's a Sunday and the weather outside is so glorious that I actually had to change after I took the profile photo for for the YouTube like mini. I had to change because I was wearing my new Nico top in a merino wool and my living room is just so warm that I had to change. So I just pulled out an old flannel shirt that I inherited from my husband when it became a little too snug for him. So I'm very, very casual now, and I'm about to head out for a hike with my elder sister and my eldest daughter. So we are going to enjoy ourselves in the woods today. So if I get a chance to take some nice footage from that trip, I will add it on to the ending for those who want a little cozy autumny hike footage to watch after my autumn plans. Anyway, let's just head into all my autumn plans, shall we? So when I get my Pila jacket finished, my first order of business after that is to sew up the lovely new shirt pattern from Atelier Jupe, and that's called the Alexa blouse. I got that pattern for free as part of my So Inspired ambassadorship with Beyond the Pink Door. So I did get the pattern for free, but I have bought the fabric myself. I didn't have a suitable fabric for that project, but yesterday I was in Oslo with my youngest because my children have been on the autumn break, or I don't know, half term, I guess you would say, this week. And my youngest and I had a little mummy-daughter trip to Oslo and spent the night at the hotel and everything. So we stopped by Selfmade and I picked out this viscose. It's 100% viscose. I wear a lot of jeans to work and I'm always looking for tops that go with jeans that are more like a little more formal so that I can wear it to work and feel put together even if I wear jeans. And this is a lovely viscose with these like blue leaves all over them. I got 2.5 meters of this and yeah, I think this is going to work really, really well for the Alexa. The Alexa shirt has this really interesting yoke detail and it has really dramatic sleeves. So I'm really looking forward to that. But that is coming up like that's on top of the priority list for this autumn. The second thing that I really want to make is also an Atelier Jupe pattern, and it's one that I've made several times before, and it's the Frida blouse. I love the Frida blouse. It's so easy to sew up. It still like has this interesting like yoke with a little gathering at the front yoke and everything. And it is so easy to wear. You can wear it with jeans, you can wear it with like other kinds of trousers or skirts. It's, you know, such a gorgeous pattern that. I haven't made it in quite a while now, so but I really want to revisit that pattern. And this summer, I visited a shop called Sybutikken Lillehammer. I realize that sounds really weird, but and they had like a 50% sale on some bolts that were outside the shop, and I picked up this really fluid, lovely viscose. It is not a true white because I'm a summer color. I should not wear like such a harsh white. I'm not sure whether this is a little too much on the creamy side for me, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to sewing this up. And I think like a white, really lovely feminine blouse like the Frida would go with a lot of things. So yeah, I'm really excited to try that out. And I think I have just enough to be able to squeeze out the Frida in this fabric. And then this morning, actually, I bought a couple of patterns from Itch to Stitch. They had a like 20% sale and I just managed to snap up a couple of patterns from them before the sale ended. Yeah, I picked up and I have no idea how to say this, and which is true for many of the Itch to Stitch patterns, but it's the Clemente. I have no idea how to say it. So some of you native speakers might be able to set me right there. But it is a very like simple top with a simple like gathering on kind of the high bust. And it is such a simple top, but it looks really elegant, and it's such a classic like timeless style that I figure out I would really like to have that one. It is sort of like one of the Sew House 7 patterns, the Regalia, I believe it is, but it's sort of a little more pared down. And I want to make the 3/4 length sleeve. So I really want to make it up in this Eco Vero viscose that I got from Beyond the Pink Door. I did get a little discount on this fabric as part of the ambassadorship. But yeah, I did buy this one. But I really, really love the colors of this. And I think it goes really well with the autumn, even though it's not a traditional autumny color. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to sewing that up. That should be a pretty simple make. I just have to print it out. The pattern, that is. Then the next thing that I want to make is the Helen's Closet Jackson sweatshirt. If you saw my September makes, you will have seen that I made the first ever Jackson for myself. I had made that pattern for my brother before, but inspired by the lovely Tamlin over on Sewn on the Tyne, I was inspired to make myself one of the Jacksons, and I absolutely love that sweatshirt. So when I was in Selfmade yesterday and saw this fabric, I thought, that's going to be my new Jackson. And this is it. This is a cotton jersey, so it's quite lightweight, but it had this really very, very Scandi print on it, and I thought this would be excellent for a Jackson. So even though it is very like wintry in the pattern, I think it's going to be really well for autumn as well. It is very lightweight, so I can easily fit it under a jacket, which is great, and still be like comfortable in the office. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to making another Jackson with this, and that's going to be a quite quick make. And then for the last top, I'm not going to show you the fabric quite yet because I am thinking that I'll make this one as part of a set. So I'll show you the fabric when I talk about the bottoms that I want to pair this with. So what I want to make is the Wardrobe by Me Pika vest, and I have made that before. I made it in a wool suiting, and I wear it with a pair of Paradise Patterns Protea pants. But I really want to make another Pika. Now onto the bottoms, and I have quite a few things there too. The Puff and Pencil Peachy pants. I've made those a couple of times before, but I have now cut them out in this stone-washed linen in a charcoaly grey. It doesn't really come up very well there, but there maybe. And I have already cut these out. I am really looking forward to sewing these up. I think if I can make them fit now this time, I think they can be really a good workhorse in my wardrobe. They don't tend to crease as much as the other linens that I have. So yeah, I think that's going to be a good one. The next one is the Syd Graham lane pants. Now this is sort of a phenomena in the sewing community. Everyone has made the lane pants. I did a video earlier this summer, I believe it was, and where I told you that I had sort of experimented with the lane pants, and I made several mock-ups trying to kind of make something that could fit me, and I had some trouble with it because yeah, it either turns out like so very large, or it sits weird on the hip. So I tried lowering the rise, I tried sizing down, I tried making back darts, all kinds of things. In the end now, I have two of them I use as PJs because I made them up. I upcycled a bed sheet, so I wear them as PJs. And I have one pair that I actually wear out of the house, and they are made in a lightweight grey linen. I absolutely love them, and they are so comfortable to wear. However, every time I wear them and, you know, I'm about to leave the house, my children are saying, "Are you honestly going to go to the shops in your PJs?" So they think that they look like PJs. So I wanted to make another pair in maybe like a little more sturdy fabric. But I don't want them to be too sturdy because then they create a whole lot of bulk around my middle, and I don't want that. So when I was at Selfmade yesterday, I managed to pick up this. I realize it's not very like exciting with all these solid colors, but you know, that's what I need. So yeah. So this is a stretch cotton. It's quite lightweight, and I think this is going to be the kind of weight that I want for my lane trousers. So yeah, I think this is going to work out well. I hope so anyway. I really wanted a pair of like striped, like more suiting kind of fabrics, and I found the ideal one, like weight-wise and color-wise and all of that, but it was polyester, and I don't wear polyester anymore, so I had to give that up. But you know, if these turn out well, I might be making more lane pants. The final pair of trousers that I want to sew up are the Lander pants by True Bias. I've had that pattern for years and I've never made them up, and I think now would be a good time. I was planning on sewing them up in a fabric godmother denim that I had, but sort of the seasons passed too quickly and it's not very seasonably appropriate with like flowers and strawberries and that kind of thing now. So I am thinking that I'll make them in this stretch twill. It's quite like a heavyweight, more of a denim weight, 10 ounce stretch twill from Selfmade. And it's really like this really unusual kind of blue. And I think that it would work with quite a lot of things in my wardrobe. For instance, when I make up the blouses, so it would work with the new Clemente. Your guess is as good as mine. Or the Alexa, obviously, would work really, really well with those. And now for the set that I was talking about with the Pika vest. I have another puff and pencil pattern that I really want to test out, and that is the Clueless skirt. Talk about the 90s. The Clueless skirt is a wrap skirt. It's really, really simple in style, and yeah, I've sort of been wanting to try another skirt pattern. I don't tend to wear skirts. It is either separates like trousers and tops or dresses for me. But I really, really want to try this pattern, and I have this absolutely stunning wool fabric that my husband picked up for me when he was in Germany last autumn. And he got me lots of really high quality wool fabrics for my Christmas present. And he got me 2 meters of this absolutely stunning wool. I had thought to make a coat out of this, but I just thought, wouldn't it be glorious with a skirt in this? I would have to line it, obviously, and the pattern doesn't come with a lining, but I think I'm just going to flat line the whole thing. But yeah, I just thought this was so, so lovely. And it is a bit autumnal with this kind of rust red and sort of orangey little check in there as well. Is this a check or a plaid? I guess it's a plaid, isn't it? I don't know the difference. So yeah, but I really want to make that skirt in this. And then I want to make the Pika vest matching this this skirt. And I think that would be very 90s, but I think it would also look kind of cool. And I could wear the vest with a pair of jeans if I so wanted. So yeah, wouldn't that be cool? What do you think? Would it work as a vest? I could potentially, if I don't have enough fabric or it turns out to be a little bit too bulky on the back, I could like have a silk back to this. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts on this. On to dresses and jumpsuits. So there's really only one dress that I want to sew up, but I don't know if, like, I don't have a fabric for it or anything, so it might have to wait until the winter. Some of these may kind of walk into winter with me. And that is the French Poetry Pleides 2 dress. I think that would make a stunning like Christmas dress if I found the right fabric for it. So, but I don't have any fabric for it right now, and I don't even own the pattern. But that is sort of, that has been on my radar for years now, actually. So I really want to buy the pattern and make that up for like a Christmas party or a, yeah, an event over Christmas. I think that could be really, really beautiful. Then there is one jumpsuit on my plans, and that is the Meryl jumpsuit. That is a pattern by Les Lubies de Cadia, which is a French pattern company. They have so many beautiful patterns. Oh my goodness, I want several of them. But I did, like, in a moment of inspiration earlier this this autumn, I bought the Meryl jumpsuit because I was completely in love with the look of that. Will I make it up? Yes, yes, I will. However, I'm finding it really, really difficult to find a suitable fabric because I don't like trousers that are too lightweight because I think it makes me a little self-conscious about, you know, my lower half. I'm pear-shaped, so the widest point of my body is definitely my hips. And I have a bit of a mum tum and all of that kind of thing. That doesn't really like bother me that much, but I don't want to emphasize it. And so when I make bottoms, I want high quality and I want like a heavier, like a denim or a twill or something that kind of doesn't reveal too much, if that makes sense. I'm explaining myself terribly today. I'm sorry about that. Yeah, but then of course on the top half, I don't really want to have like a 13-ounce denim straight onto my body for the top, which kind of, you know, this is my conundrum now, because I want something that's heavy enough for the trousers to be like suiting me well, and I don't want anything that will be itchy, scratchy, or like uncomfortable to wear on the top half. And since it is a jumpsuit, it kind of needs to be the same fabric. So this is where I need your help, because do you have suggestions of like fabrics, either like fabric types that you could suggest, or actual fabrics that you have found? So please do leave me the name of the shop and, you know, what to search for, or the link in the comments if you have anything that you think would suit this pattern. So the final thing that I want to make this autumn is a pair of PJs or two. And I mean, I have quite a few PJ bottoms, but I don't really tend to have like matching tops, and I just wear t-shirts. But I would really like to have something a bit more elevated, you know? So I have two patterns. I will make one of them, but I don't know which one. So one of the suggestions is the Itch to Stitch Pine Cove PJs. I've made several pairs of those, but I've always gifted them to others. Actually, that's not true. I have made the Pine Cove PJs for myself, but only the bottoms of them. And I would like to make another pair of those. If I end up making the Pine Cove PJs, I will use this bed sheet. I bought this with the intention of making PJs of them, so they've never been used as bed sheets, but I did love the colors. So it doesn't come up really well here, but it's sort of a creamy white with a very like dusky green plaid on them. And it's not too heavy weight, so I think it's going to be lovely for a pair of PJs. And if I make the Pine Coves, this is the fabric that I'll be using. Would be good as the sew upcycle, actually. The other pattern that I have in mind is the So Liberated Nocturne PJs. I have had that pattern for a long time and I've never made it up. I bought it mainly because I loved the top so much. But if I choose that pattern, I think the flannel is going to be too heavy. So then I will be looking for something like a cotton lawn, I think. So yeah, that was like, I rushed through these and still it like became a whole long video. Apologies for that, but I really wanted to show you all my autumn plans, and I have many other things that I also want to sew up, but I have to like be a little bit realistic about what I can actually manage to sew up. So now I'm really interested in hearing what you think about these. Have you made any of these patterns yourself? What do you think of the fabric pairings? And yeah, do give me your opinion on the Meryl jumpsuit in particular. Okay, my sister has now arrived and my daughter is eager to get started, so I will quickly jump into my hiking gear and then I will be heading out into the glorious sunshine. I hope the sun is shining wherever you are too, and that you have some time to sew this weekend. I'll be back soon with another video, so until then, take care, bye bye.